Okay, greetings everyone. This is First Centurion 753, and back with the game Principia, Master of Science, which seems to be a minor hit overnight. Please continue to like the videos if you do, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Here we go. We're going to start the game. We are in December of 1667. We are playing as Isaac Newton, and there's Mr. Newton. He's published his first paper. Let's see here. Information about Newton. We got information about Newton. Published. Let me tell you the date. Well, I think it was like last month or so. You can check back in the video. I forgot exactly when it was. Would be cool if they gave you the dates when it happened. We have two items. We have the prism and we have drawing instruments. Now, drawing instruments is why I ended up going into math in the initial version I played. Again, the initial version, the volume was a little too loud. I had to actually turn the volume down on broadcast. I don't know how to turn it down within the game. Right now I just have the speaker down too, but that doesn't affect the recording at all. So, we published a paper. Oh, and I wanted to just check out I forgot where I checked out the other ones. Here we go. Scientists. And I think this will tell you... No, I told you which ones had published papers. I can tell you who's the most famous scientist right now. And Isaac Newton is the least famous. But he's young. Robert Boyle is the most famous. And Mr. Boyle is working on the disposition of volumes. And it looks like he has one paper published. In a vacuum, all objects fall at the same rate. Vacuums can't exist. He wrote a paper about it. Probably not going to publish that one, I assume. There is something in the in our category, the disposition of light, which since I already played through a lot of this, I know is actually not true. But I don't think anyone has more than one paper published, so we are sort of tied with these famous scientists. Looks like us. Isaac Barrow published something? Not yet. Parallel postulate is unnecessary. That is in geometry. Oh, Barrow expanded into a different field. But that must be in like a former category. I don't think geometry is one of the topics. No. Mathematics, geometry. Hey. Oh, you know what he must have done? He must have been researching the topic and then he suspended it. That's what I'm assuming happened. There it is. While researching geometry, I reached the conclusion that parallel postulate is unnecessary. The parallel postulate is unnecessary. This fact should play key in the role of delivering my views on geometry. Okay, so Barrows, our competitor, has had some success. Our competitor in the field of optics. So the option right now is, do I continue in the field of optics or could I go into arithmetics, because I do have a mathematic tool? Or should I try geometry? I could eclipse Barrow in two subjects. The ancient Greek... Let's see. Greeks had the complete understanding of elementary geometry. However, there were those who thought his fifth postulate, the parallel postulate, could be proven in terms of other postulates. Is elements saddled with such imperfection? The question is, and I don't remember this from history, would Isaac Newton's drawing tools help him in geometry? or would help him in arithmetic. Or I could just play it safe and continue along the line of disposition of light. Because I know he has experience here. Alright, let's go ahead and do some further reasoning. Perhaps sunlight contains all the colors to begin with, and suppose those colors are simply being dispersed through a prism. Reason of disposition of light has increased by 3. But that's it. Alright, you can track. Barrow is trying to prove theory of light. That's my theory. He wrote a paper on it. Is he going to publish it? Because mine's already published. Go back to that map. Isaac Barrow, a paper on light refracts as it passes through a medium was written. They better not publish it, because in the other one, he beat me out. In the first game that I played, he beat me out, and then they refused to publish my paper. So he better not beat me out. They better not publish me there. Publish him there. Let's go ahead and conduct. This says I need to conduct further reasoning. I am low in reasoning. Let's go ahead and conduct further reasoning on disposition of light. The other thing about the mathematical ones, there's less discoveries to be had, which means I could get them completed quicker. And I also wonder if I improve my skill and my knowledge, then my reasoning, my experiment might move further. According to my research, Mr. Newton's paper on light refracts as it passes through a medium lacks credibility. Oh my God! I can only conclude that it's baseless conjecture. Oh wow, Christian Huygens. Again, I'm butchering this guy's name. I gotta look him up. So, I've never been criticized. I was never criticized in that one. Does that affect my, uh-oh. Looks like I'm going before the Royal Society again. I have never experienced this. Correspondence with Mr. Christian Huygens criticizing Isaac Newton's paper has arrived. I would like to render a verdict on how we proceed in the capacity as a Royal London Society. I'm gonna get, who was it? Hook did not vote for me last time. On what grounds does Mr. Huygens speak so harshly? I have re-examined the paper for posterity and found no such imperfection. Alright, Robert Boyle's backing me up. The criticisms are farcically inaccurate. I do not accept a paper with such glaring imperfection. I'd not have accepted a paper with such glaring imperfection. That's the curator, or the president. Oh, curator, what do you make of this matter? I cannot agree with this outcome. It is dismaying that the brilliance of this paper lost upon them. Good. Hook is now backing me up. Very well, it's decided. Criticisms are without merit. I trust no further objections. Alright. The London Society has backed me up. And our friendship with this guy has decreased. Alright. We're safe for now. Let's go. I think that if I do some more reading and research in this area, I will probably be advancing quicker in my experimenting and my reasoning. So my knowledge and my skill, those are kind of, I had them up a lot higher in the other game. Barrows. He has more knowledge about optics than we do. Not as much skill. So I'm going to go ahead and try to read a book. Where is that? Right down here. Let's go ahead and read a book on optics. Maybe this will improve my knowledge. Because right now it appears that Barrows has more knowledge than we do. Objects submerged in water appear as if placed before them, placed more shallowly than they actually are. Whew. All right, it's early. An effect born of the refraction of light, perhaps. There we go. Knowledge of optics has increased. Financial aid is coming my way. That's good. All right, Cassini. Cassini, I think, is on the Giovanni Cassini. I think is in the French Academy, and he's going to give us 100 coins. He sent us a letter offering aid, financial aid. Cassini is a dependable man of character. Let's accept aid from him. Shan't squander such goodwill or such opportunity, whatever it said. Alright, sometimes you have to rest too in this. Alright, so my knowledge is up to 20 now. Let me go ahead and do some more reasoning. See if the increase in knowledge helped my ability to reason. Again, I'm still experimenting a little bit with this game. Alright, we already said that, I think. And it really didn't impact it much. I think I'm going to need to go ahead and do some more experimenting. That's typically when I find out the discoveries during experimentation. So, reading and reasoning throughout the winter of 1668. Now it's time for... They want more reasoning. I'm going to go ahead and do an experiment. Reasoning doesn't take as long to maximize reasoning, though. But let's do an experiment. Experiments... It is the springtime, right? Time for experimenting. Experiments do have twofold. If formally dispersed light is recombined, the resulting color will vary depending upon the types of color combined. Experiment went up 4, and then skill in optics. Also, skills also go up when you do that. So our skill is at 19. And I've been concentrating all on optics. So I do want to write another paper because I want to get more income. So I'm going to continue to concentrate on optics. And then once I publish another paper, I think I'll expand into like mathematics or studying the moon or something like that. Experiments up 4. Optics only went up 2 on that one. Skill of optics. No discoveries. Financial aid on our way. This is from somebody I can't pronounce his name. Leeuwenhoek. Again, butchering these names, I apologize. 100 coin. So he's a dependable man of character. So sure, we'll take the money. And we've improved our friendship there. Alright, June of 68. Do I go with more experimentation? Sure. I think I need more knowledge. That went up pretty good. But I've seen it go up a lot further, so I'm going to go ahead and attend a lecture, I think. Even though there shouldn't be lectures in July. Let's attend the lecture. And I could also practice. Does improve your skills, I believe. Attend the lecture in optics requires money. That's the one problem with attending lectures. Alright. Looks like we already had that theory, but knowledge of optics went up 9. That's pretty good. The lecture was better than the book. Oh, Johann What's-His-Face has been accepted into the French Academy of Sciences. Huh. And he has become an authority on comets. I don't think we're going into the study of comets. But I guess we could. You could go into as many studies as possible. Because you can suspend some of the studies that you have. So optics is our field of specialty for now. There's also dynamics and mathematics. Arithmetic, no one is in the field of arithmetics. There's also the motion of the moon in astronomy, but that's not one of our strong areas. So mathematics, I think, is one of the strong areas. And there's only 4 discoveries here. And I do have mathematical tools. But like I said, I want to wait till I get a new job, right? Right now we're just a student. And we're at 5, so I would like to publish another paper, get some more fame, get a new job, start making more money, and then move into mathematics. So let's go back to the laboratory. We've attended a lecture, we've read a book. Let's do another experiment. Occasionally a glimpse of dark lines within the spectrum of light. Perhaps the prism is afflicted by some mirror scratch. Skills and experiment. Hold on a second. We have a discovery or a theory. Since Galileo's time, there have been attempts to measure the speed of light. They all continue to fail. I may have to concede that the speed of light is infinite. That is not true. And I knew that in the last one, but I went ahead and published the paper anyways, and I got discredited. So, according to my research, Isaac Newton's paper on light refracts as it passes through a medium lacks credibility. I can only conclude that it's baseless conjecture. Now we have Robert Hooke criticizing us. We're gonna get nailed, I think. Now they're gonna drop this. Okay. What is the opinion of the secretary? On what grounds does Mr. Hooke speak so harshly? I've re-examined the paper for posterity and found no such imperfection exists. Criticisms are farcical and inaccurate. And here's Robert Hooke. I've had long set doubts about this paper. It strikes me as prudent to halt the publication of this paper to preserve the Royal Society's authority. Opinions are divided very well. I shall take comprehensive view and render a verdict. Yuck. Alright, it's decided that Mr. Hooke's criticisms are without merit. Haha, very good. The paper holds, the theory holds for now. But we lose our friendship with Hooke there. We never really had good friendship with Hooke. This paper continues to get challenged. And I'm at about 20 minutes here, so I'm going to put an end to this episode. And again, thank you for watching. Thank you for the likes and the subscriptions. And I'll see you in the next episode.